Hey, how's it going, everyone? Welcome to the first episode of the SpacePod podcast. I'm your host, Spacer, and I'm here with my co-pilot, Exotic Owl.
Hello.
I've been trying to do that intro for like the longest. Anyways, welcome to the first episode. Uh, let's introduce ourselves since this is literally the first episode, and I'm going to keep saying that because, well, we'll get to
Yeah,
that
you're
later on.
very you're
We'll get to
very
that
annoying.
later on. But yeah, let me introduce myself. I'm Spacer. I'm a Twitch streamer, or kind of like part-time Twitch streamer, part-time content creator. I stream a variety of games. Right now, I've been kind of getting into Apex. I'm really enjoying the Apex game, I guess you could say. But yeah, all right. Exotic Owl.
Um, I am a writer mainly, but I do stream on Twitch as a hobby. So,
Mm-hmm. So yeah, we're
I
a bunch of nerds, is what I'm trying to say.
yeah, basically, I like
Um,
to world build. He likes to be in that world.
I mean, yeah, basically. The reason why I said this is a first, or I've been stressing out that this is the first podcast, is because we
Episode.
we already did 2 episodes.
There were
Technically,
two episodes
there was 2 episodes ready to be
where we
shipped.
talked a
Uh
lot.
huh. It was really good episodes too. I feel like. But my dumbass didn't check if the audio was on, and the audio wasn't on. So legit, we just been rambling, talking in Discord for like an hour or two, and not having any content from that. So today
Yeah.
is our first actual podcast, which sucks, but it's good because now I have the motivation to actually do this shit because I'm pissed. But yeah, um,
Yeah, but aside from that, our topic for this episode is gonna be Five Nights at Freddy's and mainly Security Breach.
yeah, because I have a lot of things to say about that game.
A lot of thoughts, a lot of thoughts.
And
You wanna get
also,
started?
okay, so let me just say like what our roles here are for today. For me, I'm a newcomer. Well, not really a newcomer, but like I've seen a little bit of
Heard
things.
about
Like
it,
I've seen
dabbled.
yeah, I've dabbled with the FNAF lore, and I've seen some things, and I've watched some things, but I haven't really been a big fan. Right? I wouldn't say I'm a big fan. I was a big fan when it first came out, but like when
Yeah,
all
it was a
this like
phase for you.
yeah, basically. When all this like Scott Cawthon thing, like when he starts like putting some random jublies, I kind of just was like,
Yeah,
yeah,
'cause
nah, this is too much. But Alien, I wouldn't say has been a long time fan, but definitely,
been following the lore.
yeah, has definitely been following the lore for quite a while now, right?
Yeah, since literally the beginning
Yeah, so
of when I heard about Five Nights at
which
Freddy's.
wasn't when it first came out. Like, yeah, you've heard of
Mm.
FNAF, but like you didn't get into it probably until like what game? FNAF
Um,
Security Breach? I mean, no, not Security Breach.
no, no,
Sister
no.
Location. I want to say.
No, actually, I got into the game, like the game itself in Sister Location,
Okay,
but I was actually into the lore a year after the first FNAF game came
a
out.
year after. Oh wow,
Yeah. Yeah, it basically
it
wasn't that
was.
long.
Yeah, it was in the beginning.
'Cause yeah, 'cause Game Theory, right? Map had published a video saying what Five Nights at Freddy's was really about. And I
Hmm.
saw that video when it came out, and I was like, "Oh man, that's so creepy. That's so cool." And so I was like, "I'm gonna keep my eye on this game." But I did never played it. I still haven't fully played all these games, even though I'm like such a huge fan of these games. But I did pay attention to the lore. And then like I didn't know he posted another video explaining like how it's its own universe. And once I did, I've been keeping tabs and been watching all the theories since then.
Yeah, and I think a large part of what drew the community, or like what in my opinion drew me into the FNAF lore, was the creepy animatronics and all that, because a lot of people grew up, well, I shouldn't say a lot of people, but like most people grew up seeing animatronics when they were younger, and they all, like, we either thought they were creepy or that they could
It's
be
like a
creepy.
good,
Like it was like a good thing. Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
was what I could say. But like we all knew in the back of our heads that like this is kind of weird, right? Like they're not real, but like they look real, right? So
Yeah.
when Five Nights at Freddy's came out and it was a lore about this animatronics and all this jazz, I think a lot of people were drawn to that, and like a evil take on Chuck E. Cheese, basically,
Yeah,
right?
basically.
And
And
I thought,
literally till this day, I still think it's an evil take. Because who doesn't? It's an evil take to Chuck E. Cheese, and
yeah,
I don't trust the Chuck E. Cheese animatronics at
exactly.
all.
And
I hate
yeah,
them.
uh huh.
I hate them to the core, man.
I think I've seen a TikTok where like this guy screams at an animatronic, Chucky, literally Chuck E. Cheese,
Yeah.
and his eyes move at him. It's a funny TikTok. But yeah. Anyways, so what we want to talk about today is security breach.
Yes.
And my
And how
role
it's a
here,
super unfinished game.
exactly, and my role here is to basically ask Alien about some lore stuff or whatever, and just talk about how bad this game is or how it could have been one of the best games out there, but instead it was literally.
I would like to put out there that he's setting me up to be an expert on the lore, but
You're not,
I
but you're
am
more of an
not.
expert than me, is what I'm trying to say.
Yes.
My bad. I should have came across that more clear. But
Because I am not an expert. I enjoy the lore, I consume the lore, but not everything is in my brain.
yeah, especially now because this is like I'm gonna be completely honest with all of you guys. This is last minute. We do not have any
Yeah.
notes. We do not have anything. So this is gonna be our last minute and our last minute podcast. But like to be honest, we're doing pretty good right now. We're actually
We're
doing pretty
doing
good.
pretty good, pretty good.
I feel like I've loosened up, especially with that 1 hour warm up beforehand. But yeah. So let's talk about security breach, right? Let's get into the nitty gritty. First thing I want to say is this game. I was so hyped for it. I remember.
Everyone was so hyped
I
for
think
it.
I wasn't even hyped for it. Like I didn't really care about it until Alien and my brother, Some Tiger, which is weird to call him by that because he's not even like a streamer or whatever. But it's anyways.
He's a minor. He's a minor.
Okay, yeah, I know, but it's funny
You
calling him
have to
Tiger.
respect.
Anyways, what was I going with this? Oh, I
Yeah.
was introduced to this game by these people, my siblings. And I legit, as soon as I saw that trailer, I instantly thought Alien Isolation. That game, I haven't finished it, but it's one of my favorites. I think it's one of the channel's favorites. I legit made a lot of content from that. That being said, though, I was really excited for that game. Um,
It had so much potential.
yeah, I think you want. Do you want to talk about your feelings about the game before it was released?
Yeah, I could talk about that.
Mm-hmm.
So they were hyping the game up a lot. Like they were Daco posted posters because of the charity streams he was doing, and what are they called? They're not called what's
A
I
teaser?
forgot what the game um no, the game company, but yeah, basically the game company did do teasers like that were based off of I forgot the famous animator that basically came up with it, where
Oh, something with Barbara.
Hanna-Barbera
Uh-huh.
um Hanna-Barbera type of trailer teasers basically, and they were hyping it up. They were like gave hints. You had to pause in frames. Like they were being true to what Five Nights at Freddy's was and still is. So like they were dropping hits. They were like giving you like pieces so you can find the lore already, you know? I was super excited. I was like, "Oh man, I can't wait until this game comes out." Like I didn't mind when Scott Cawthon said that they were going to push it back because uh, they they just needed to be pushed back, right? And I was like, "Okay, yeah, that's fine. As long as like they are cuz they showed like so much that they had put so much care into it that they were like how to push it back, and I was totally fine with that. I was like, okay, yeah, that's cool. But then then the game comes out. Yeah. I was super excited
I
though.
didn't get any of that. Like I didn't watch any of those hype live streams or whatever. So I
I
was just
didn't
going
watch
in
the
there.
live streams
Okay,
either,
I'm
but
hip, but like you knew about them, right?
I knew about them,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So like you were still getting hyped from that aspect. I was getting hyped because I thought I was getting a good game, and honestly, beforehand, I didn't really care about the FNAF lore, like I said, but that's when I started getting into it. And that's when I was asking my siblings, like, hey, you know, what's going on here and stuff like that. And so I was really getting into it at that point. And so when the game came out, I was so excited to play. And I was going in there with like so much hype and so much like joy that I legit enjoyed it. Like in the beginning, I legit enjoyed it. I thought it was kind of interesting from when we first played it. It looked very strange though. That's the thing. Like as soon as I started playing it, it looked very weird. Like it already looked buggy when it wasn't even being buggy. So I was already getting some like weird vibes from it. Um, oh, I actually did encounter a glitch on my first playthrough. Um,
Yeah. You encountered a lot of glitches.
Yeah, and it legit. Okay, so we'll get to that, but like in the first time that I played in like the first part, when Chica's like walking around, I thought you could hide or like I give that a chance. I didn't even know you could hide because in Alien Isolation, when you hide in front of the alien would legit pull you out. Like they do not care. Like at that point you're not safe. So I kind of thought that that would happen in FNAF, but I did that anyways. Like I legit hid in a bin, and Chica for some reason just kept going back and forth, like saying the same lines over and over again, like "I will find you" or like "Your parents don't miss you" or whatever, and she wouldn't go away. So I was like, "Oh, I'm probably dead." So I jump out and boom, I get jump scared. Um, so yeah, that I mean I didn't really mind. I thought it was just one bug. Like it's whatever. Like there's gonna be like at least one bug in some games, right?
Yeah.
But
Like you're bound to encounter some bugs, but
uh huh.
this one,
Wait, which one?
this game was packed with
Oh,
it.
okay. Yeah. This game is legit terrible. Cause
Is
then I encountered another one in the daycare area, which I legit was so excited for that daycare area. First of all, the game design I didn't really like that much. I feel like that was kind of lazy. But anyways, moving on. In that daycare area, the I didn't know the moon guy was supposed to follow you. I thought he was just like, or like even follow you inside the, the little tube things. So when I played my playthrough, I legit got super lucky and was able to do all the generators, find all of them with ease without a moon guy literally chasing me. When I saw somebody else, like Markiplier's, I think, or Daco's, I forgot which one I saw, but I remember I was like asking my brother, like, hey, which one should I watch? He's like, oh, Daco, he's playing it. And so I was like, okay, I didn't want to get that far, but let me watch his like daycare area. He was legit getting chased by the moon guy. I was like, that's so weird. That sucks so much. So at that point, I should have just like either deleted it and reinstalled the game. But I legit wanted to keep playing. I didn't want to do all that jazz because if it bugged on me, that would have sucked. Um, and later down the line, as soon as we got into the open world aspect, where we start choosing which missions we want to do. So like, um, I think you got to choose whether you did Chica's voice box thing first or no, it wasn't Chica's.
you went? I believe it went. You went to the either the
Oh, the
docks or the
I know what part you're talking about, but it was before then. You have to get one of
uh,
the party passes to get into like the laser tag or the other place. I went through the laser tag part. Um
Bonnie Bone.
that thing is so unclear. I've seen everyone struggle through that. And let me just make that clear. That level, everyone was like, where am I supposed to go after the laser tag? They're like, what am I supposed to do? Where am I supposed to go?
Yeah.
And they didn't know, like literally none of us knew that we had to put it inside the dustbin. I think a few lucky people knew that they had to put it in there. But it's so unclear. And that I mean that's such a small thing, but I feel like
It could have. Something could have been
been done
put
about that.
there
Yeah,
to
exactly.
like to
Um
make it clear.
but yeah, after the laser tag part, I think that's when my game started to glitch out and start become like kind of really buggy. Because at some point, like, oh no, I
Wasn't
remember.
there one spot that you said that like it like totally glitched out and you couldn't even enter it or something?
Um,
What was that
dude,
map
it's
have?
been such a long time ago. But yeah, because we should have recorded this as soon as I was done playing, but I didn't come up with the idea of the podcast. It was more other people, but that's besides the point. Um, there was this one part. I think you were supposed to go above these boxes and find Freddy. He's like glitched out. But instead, I was going like past that part, and every time I went past that part, it would say, "Oh, there was an error," but I could still play. It just said that there was an error. So I didn't know that the first time, so I just restarted my game. I did that twice, and then I think the third time is when I realized, oh, I could still move. I just can't click the restart game part. So I was like, all right, let me just move, and I think that's when it really like fucked up my game. I think maybe because then afterwards, after I did do that, it was said to go to the Bonnie's bowling area, and when I went to that, it said to go to the kitchen in the back, right? And I checked, I made sure it did this little freeze in the whole floor. As soon as I went through that door, like the kitchen door, the whole floor would disappear. Like everything would disappear. And so it
So it
was
was
just
you.
so frustrating. It was legit so frustrating. And at that
Yeah.
point, I gave up. I gave up on the game. I did try to play it again because there was an update that came out that fixed it. It didn't fix my game. My game was completely bugged. There were moments that there was this one moment where you're supposed to go into the kitchen and do this pizza thing. Or like no, it wasn't
Yeah.
even the pizza thing. It was the distract Chica with this goo, right? Chica would always do the same path. Like she would walk into the same path and then she would just disappear. Like she would just stay in this back room and she just wouldn't come out. And I had to go through that room. I forgot why. I don't even think I had to, but I thought I had to. Um, I think there was a
Yeah.
generator. No, there was a generator there. I feel like okay. So I don't know. My memory's rusty, and I feel like I'm talking too much. But yeah, point is the game was super buggy, and I fucking hated it. Um, and what did I want to say? It's super disappointing. I feel like it's super fucking disappointing. I don't know if you heard all the news about the like there was drama in the when developing this game. I think it was just super annoying because
I like I know people were suspecting there was something behind the scenes that happened that like basically m- made the game how it was. So like all the
I think there
glitches and
had
all
to have
that.
been something because legit when we first see the game there was a completely different like vibe to it, completely
Yeah.
different vibe. When they first teased Vanny.
Yeah,
Um,
it's like Vanny was like the whole premise of the game
and
basically.
she like I've seen a lot of memes saying where she like gets more screen time than the trailer or whatever. I mean, no, she gets more screen time in the
In
trailer
the
than the game.
trailer. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's just a huge disappointment, honestly. I like they were teasing it to like you were saying, they were teasing it to be like this kind of like huge lore piece. I think Matt Pat was even like excited to dissect the lore and all that, and we're still left with a lot of unanswered questions,
Yeah,
which
a
is
ton of
super
unanswered
annoying
questions.
because I'm not sick and tired because obviously I can't say that if I haven't like been following the lore, but I feel like we should just leave this Afton family alone. I feel like there's enough that's been said with this family. Like legit, it's getting tiring. I mean,
Yeah.
the purple guy is a cool villain. I do like it. But like at some point we just gotta move on, you know? We gotta kill him eventually. It's just gonna get boring because like
I always come back.
yeah, it's gonna get boring just seeing the same villain over and over again. I mean, that just can't be me, right?
No, I think there's a lot of people that think that way. I personally though, like I've been following the lore a whole lot. So it's like, yeah,
That's
I like the
yeah.
Addison family.
hmm
Like I like the whole aspect of them and how the lore, the theories, because they're all just theories, like nothing has been fully concrete to be honest. Um, how they were a whole family that were basically killed off because of their father being a madman.
hmm
Yeah. So
I mean,
I really like that aspect of it, but
there's only
I
so
do
much you can do
understand
with
why.
that.
Yeah, I know like I trust me, I know that from like a story standpoint. Like yeah, I it's just that there's so much that you can do with it, but there's also so many plot holes that you have to fix.
Mm-hmm.
So you still need them,
Mm-hmm.
you know? Like if you move on to another villain, how are you going to introduce that villain if you haven't introduced them yet to the Afton family yet, you know? Like
I feel like you could just do.
there hasn't been another villain yet. That's the thing. That's the problem. Cuz yeah, there's the souls seeking vengeance, the vengeful spirit, Cassidy, uh like the animatronics being possessed and all that other jazz, and then there's the whole aspect with the books, that the books is are their own universe, but it would give hints and parallels to the one in the games. So it's like it's this whole thing. It's there's just so many unanswered questions that they need to, I thought were going to be answered in this
In
game,
this game.
and I thought that we would be get introduced to another aspect of the lore, and then they would roll with that. But instead, we're still,
We just get an ending that really doesn't feel like an ending.
yeah, it feels like we're still there. We're still in the same spot. And I'm not sure if you know this, but I was watching the live stream with Matt Pat and every like all the
I
FNAF
wasn't. I was
experts
at work.
basically.
I was at work. That was
Yeah.
actually my last week of work too, which pissed me off even more.
But yeah, I was watching that live stream and there's this one that I can't remember their channel name at the moment. I'm pretty sure it's something with Bit,
Oh, uh
but
huh. I know that guy
I
on
think
Discord.
that person creates content about unused or scrapped.
Yeah, I told you about this guy.
Oh, I
Yeah.
don't remember that.
Okay. I don't remember
But
saying his name straight up, but like I do remember telling you about what he did. Okay. Anyways.
nah, I don't remember that. But yeah,
Bruh.
he dives deep into unused content, what they scrapped out, what they like took out from the game, all that jazz.
Mm-hmm.
And one of them was that I think the intention, they were lines that were gonna be used for Gregory with Freddy, like instead of like something's wrong, or I forgot what Freddy said. He was gonna say that oh, there's a cut, you're bleeding, and taking him to the the health pharmacy thing.
Mm-hmm. The health
So
boost. Boost.
yeah, so that was gonna
Boost.
be like
Boost.
that was gonna be one of the lines. And another thing is, I don't think he said it per se. I think it's just the thing that's been floating around is that their first intention was to make every um possible ending animated instead of the comic that they went
Yeah,
with.
I'm pretty sure it was because it felt so off.
Yeah,
It
so
felt
it's like
so off.
those endings were supposed to be animated to begin with, and I'm just like there was
It was,
so
yeah.
much planning and so many things that were gonna be in this game, and they ended
Mm,
up not being there. And like
another
that scene
cyberpunk
with,
situation.
yeah, like it was a totally unfinished game, and it's like so much, and it just, I was so excited for like Five Nights at Freddy's to branch out instead of that stationary type thing
Hmm.
where you
Yeah,
just need a mouse.
I think, um, yeah, this is like the first game that, well, no, this is the second game that you don't need like a mouse, or like you just don't need. You know what I'm trying to say? We had the VR game and we have this game, where like
Yeah,
it's it's not that same stationary thing. I mean, technically the VR game is stationary, but
but like
it
there's still
was
some
it was
movement
yeah.
and there's still
It's
more to it.
that game is probably my favorite FNAF game of all time, and I haven't even played it that much. I'm too afraid to. But that's a different story. Okay, but yeah, I feel like
Like, yeah, I
it's
the game had so much potential, and
and we're gonna
I
keep
have
saying this a lot. We're gonna. It
Yeah, because
sucks.
that's the whole premise of Security Breach is that it had a ton of potential.
Uh huh. And I
But
know all this has been said already, sadly.
yeah.
But
I do know, have you been getting this video recommended that says like fully updated FNAF Security Breach where like the game actually runs smoothly and there's no bugs at all? Have
no, I
you
haven't seen that.
like I've been getting that recommended a lot.
I used to get
I
FNAF
think it's
stuff.
been recently published too, like probably a week ago.
Oh wow.
So I
Maybe
guess
maybe I
Security
have to
Breach has been still updating their bugs.
but it's so unnecessary, man. It's legit so unnecessary. People have just
Yeah.
been rushing games left and right. Like there's been so many games that felt rushed and it sucks so much cuz one, I'm pretty sure the workers aren't being treated well. So maybe that's why the games aren't being developed properly. And two,
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of corporate people feel the need to just rush out games. I don't understand why. I don't know why that's the
Yeah, they're
case.
like, it needs to be done at this certain date and you need to publish it even though it's not
I feel like if we
refined
waited,
or
I
anything.
feel like if we waited another year, I feel like the game would have been so good.
Yeah, literally,
But
I wouldn't mind
but
if they had to
also,
push it back again.
uh
Like,
huh,
honestly,
yeah.
like, I think only the loyal lore FNAF fan base, the ones that understand that how long a game, how long it takes for a game to develop, would understand and wouldn't mind another year before they publish this game. The ones that would be so annoying are the ones that are ignorant, straight up
And
ignorant.
I don't even think like anybody would care that it would be extended. Like, I mean, yeah, there are some people that like legit like, oh, this needs to be out now or something like that. But like,
Yeah,
that's I feel like that's very minor. Like, that's a very few amount of people that would do that because the majority of people know that if they delay a game, it's because they want it to get to be better.
yeah.
Um,
But then again, also like the people that basically wouldn't mind are part of the Five Nights at Freddy's fan base and the people that because like there wasn't such a huge following back then, even though it was technically huge. But now I feel like it's grown like immensely since Security Breach came out.
mm-hmm.
Like, um, our little sibling, right? He's been mentioning that this guy is like literally playing all the FNAF games before playing Security Breach. Like
And that must have
that was his
sucked.
goal. That was his goal to play all the games before he plays Security Breach. And so yeah, so like more people are going
Being
into this
exposed.
fandom
Uh huh.
because of Security Breach and the fact that the Security Breach is now the game that is known for its bugs. Like it
Mm-hmm.
just is.
Like, luckily, people are able to finish the game and see the actual endings. I was one of the unlucky few that had to watch another person's videos to see the ending, and
Yeah. Yeah.
it did seem fun in an aspect where like people could get different gameplays. I felt like that was kind of interesting because you didn't have to go to Music Man. I feel like I don't know. I don't know if maybe my game was too buggy, but it seemed like you didn't have to go through that Music Man level. Um, I don't know if that's actually the case. I might just be pulling that out of my ass, but um, yeah, it seemed like you could have different gameplays, which was pretty cool. One thing that really annoyed me though, in the like in the level aspect, was the bots. They got annoying so quickly.
Yeah, I feel like if I were to watch any other gameplay, I'm pretty sure everyone would just get caught by the staff bots and like, okay, and then just
Like,
keep
oh, let me
going.
go or whatever. Yeah,
Yeah,
and that was
because MatPat did the
super
same
annoying.
exact
Uh huh.
thing.
Yeah, everyone had the same reaction. I watched Markiplier. I watched a little bit of MatPat, right? And they all had the same reaction when they were like, "Oh, get away from this thing," and especially when you're like forcing the player to replay the game, like
Yeah,
it's so annoying. It's legit so annoying. People had to find a glitch. MatPat had to find a glitch just so that he could save everywhere else, right?
yeah, Yeah, he
Like
literally had to do the glitch
Markiplier couldn't do
where it
that, and
stayed
so
5
he
a.m.
he legit gave up on finding the lore. He legit gave up on finding the lore just because of that. The staff bots are just so annoying. I feel like you guys could have done better. I mean, I don't know. I'm not a game designer, but still, like, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah. Apart from that, it's like there's probably a lot of stuff that happened behind the scenes
Yeah. So
too.
obviously, I don't want to just put it on the game designers. I should retract that statement. But
More,
um,
I'm, yeah. It's but like, yeah,
it was
yeah.
probably
We're
just
all in the same boat though.
yeah. I just really wanted this game to be an Alien Isolation, but FNAF edition. That's what I really
Yeah.
wanted it to be. I
Yeah, but like in Alien Isolation, there was a linear path you had to follow.
yes.
And
So
in this game, you didn't have to follow a linear path, but at the same time, I feel like you had to based on like MatPat's um gameplay, game like walkthrough.
yeah, yeah, yeah. You
Cause he also, yeah, sure, he did glitch, and there were some scenes that I didn't see because MatPat didn't see it, where I was like, wait, what happened to Freddy? Like there was this one part where he glitched the game and he basically was ripped apart Vanny. But like there's also, I think it was that ending where Freddy was like broken into pieces and was like basically out of service.
mm-hmm.
And I was so confused as to how the hell that even happened. I still don't know what happened to Freddy and why he was like that, but yeah, like I feel like you had to follow this linear path in order to get all these cutscenes, even though the game was advertised to be open world.
Yeah, and I think that's what really screwed it over was the open world aspect
Yeah.
because it was forced to use all this empty space, and to fill up that empty space, they just put bots all over the place. And I like, yeah, it was like it had so much, like even the sorry, I said so many things, but didn't say any of them at the same time. Um, the auditorium was a big, like for me personally, it was so big, yet it didn't really have much. If that's if you get what I'm saying.
Auditorium?
Not the auditorium. It was the stage place where the stage
Oh,
is.
okay, yeah.
Yeah, there was so much space, and I feel like there could have been so much done with that. So much like attention to detail that they could have put in there, which would have made the game even like bigger. Like the storage would have taken much more space. I think that's what I'm trying to say. But anyways, yeah, that one area was super annoying. It was just super annoying because like you had to go from one place, like you had to go to the from the laser tag place all the way to the other side in the Roxy Raceway, right? Like there were
Yeah.
opposite ends, and in the meantime, you had to dodge all these bots, and there was these awkward saving stations that you had to go through. I feel like that was such a poor choice, and I don't know why that decision was made. Um, I feel like it like I don't know why they needed to make it open world. I feel like it would have been better if it was linear. I do like the aspect of open world, but not every game has to be open world.
Yeah.
Um,
Like some games can get away with it.
like this game,
Like and this game is all about lore and story, so yeah, it's like it's very hard to work open world into
uh-huh,
that.
exactly, and especially when it has like these weird buffs, collectible buffs that I didn't even know worked. It's so, I was gonna say cringe because that's what I've been using. Ironically, because like that's a weird way to describe something, but no, it's so weird. It's legit so weird that they had these collectible things that supposedly helped you, but they didn't really explain to you what they did.
Yeah, it was just there. It
It was
like
just there, and
gave you the name or like like and like
the
some you didn't even
Monty's
know if you
soda can.
used it or not. Like
Exactly. It's so bad.
it
I
was
don't know,
very
man.
weird. I don't know what their plan was for that, and
Yeah.
it was very weird. Yeah.
It felt so out of place. Like it felt forced. It felt really
Yeah.
forced. which is
I could
annoying.
complain all day about security breach, but at the end of the day,
Everything was forced.
um, I liked, I just liked the game design.
Oh, like
Like
as
just
in
yeah, like
the character
the way
designs?
the character design and the way the Pizzaplex was
Mhm.
designed,
Yeah.
I
I
really
think
like it.
that's what I was gonna get to. Like I think the what I do want to say, like what was really good in this game was the designs, like the arcades, the daycare is probably my favorite level. It was just so cool. Um, Despite of the fact that it glitched on me, and I think all of the characters designs were really good. I liked Roxanne. I liked
Yeah.
Glamrock Freddy. I liked Mon- Monty. Like I liked him as a character because he was like this super like scary guy. I think he was the one that scared me the most. I think he was the one that I was afraid of the
He
most.
still scares me.
But I didn't like his boss level. I did not, and I didn't even play it. It just seemed really really weird. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, so I think that was cool. I didn't really like the design of the staff bots. I'm gonna be honest. Um,
They looked funny. I
yeah,
liked it.
yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Um, oh,
Yeah, and there
my
were
favorite designs were the sun and moon guys. I forgot their names, but those were my
um
favorites.
Moondrop and
No, I think they're just sun and moon.
mm, pretty sure it's Moondrop.
Okay, maybe, but yeah, I like those.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Should we move out of Five Nights at Freddy's now?
Yeah, I feel like we've been just saying the same thing over and over again. We're just
Yeah,
annoyed.
yeah. I think we should just get away from that fandom for a moment.
Yeah. Last thing I do want to say is stop rushing. Stop rushing video games, please. Like, stop, dude. No one's gonna listen to this, and like, uh, hopefully, no developers are gonna listen to this because that would suck. But no, honestly, just or like, you know what I'm trying to say. Not even developers. It's the corporate heads. It's the corpos, man. It's all those people who think they know business and know the fans, quote unquote. Just don't rush video games, please. Like you can wait, and you probably don't want to spend more money, but yeah, just stop rushing video games. Okay, that's it.
All right. We could still talk about games though. And I do um want to talk about um another open world game that can get away with it because it makes sense. Is the Star Wars Lego open world game.
Oh hell yeah, dude! I totally forgot about the game. I thought you were gonna talk about the Kirby game that was coming out because I'm excited
I
for
have
that.
no idea about the
But yeah,
I only saw the thumbnail about Kirby and becoming a car. I don't know what the deal is. But um
no, it's very weird. It's very weird.
no, I want to talk about the Lego Star Wars.
Nah, the Stego Stargo Scream. Yeah, that's gonna be a super dope game. I'm super
It
excited.
is. You see that's the type of game that can get away with it
What do you mean? Get
because
away
it
with what?
makes open world
Oh, okay, yeah, it does
because
make
it just
sense.
makes sense. It
Hmm.
makes sense.
Especially in
It
Star Wars. Like Star Wars
especially in Star
is a
Wars.
whole built it's like it's a built world, right? Like it's like
Yeah.
it comes with all these like rules and stuff that you can follow that make a very very good game. But I feel like Lego is just gonna ignore all that and it's just gonna go with what it knows and it's just gonna parody the fuck out of it, which
Yeah.
honestly is all you
Is
really
why
need.
we like it's like all we need. Like every time a new Lego game
Or
comes,
yeah, even with the
it's
Lego
it's it's
movies,
hilarious.
even with
Yeah,
the Lego
even with
movies,
the Lego movies.
not the
Like
animated
you just
ones, like not the weird like low budget animated ones, right? More the Lego Ninjago movie, Lego Batman movie, the Lego movie itself, one and two, which I think two
yeah.
was kind of not as good as the first one, but it was still good.
Yeah,
Um,
it was decent.
but yeah,
But yeah.
Lego's pretty good at what they do, honestly.
Yeah. And
Um,
I still want to buy Legos and build them. So Lego's pretty dope company.
yeah, yeah. I'm super excited for the Lego Star Wars game. What I can't wait for is they brought back like the reason why I stopped playing the Lego games is because they weren't as funny, especially with the voice lines that they had. Like they actually had people, you know, voice acting
Yeah,
and stuff like
yeah.
that, and like that wasn't really why I enjoyed Lego games. But they recently advertised that with this new one that's coming up, they're gonna have the mumbling mode, which I'm so excited about because
And
it just
obviously we're gonna
adds.
keep that.
Uh huh. It adds so much, and I love how they give you that option, right? Like
Yeah,
that's
like
such
they
a good.
know their
Uh
audience.
huh. So they're like,
Y
okay, if you want to play it like with the voice acting here, but for the OGs, you know what I'm saying? Here's
yeah,
this. Here's this.
he's your mumbling. He's your mumbling.
Yeah, it's so good. I'm actually excited for it.
Yeah,
Um,
it's so I'm so excited. I know Star Wars, but not in depth. I know the basics. So I'm like literally I think I would know the lore if I played this game.
I the whole reason why I know about the lore and all that is because of the last movie that came out. I don't know if you what is it? I
I have no
forgot, but it
idea.
was a really bad one. But I did all my research because of that movie. A waste of time, complete waste of time. But at the same time,
At
there's
least you know,
Mandalorian,
yeah.
there's Boba Fett, there's this game that's coming out, so I'm gonna be really excited because they're probably gonna make a lot of fun of these new movies. I hope. Maybe not, but yeah,
Yeah.
April 5 is when it comes out. I don't know why I said April 5. I was gonna say April 5th.
April 5th. Wait, of this year?
Yeah, 2022. It
No
was announced. I
way.
remember it being announced 2 years ago. Yeah, it was announced 2 years ago. The gameplay reveal was 2 years ago, and it didn't come out until it's not coming out until this month. I mean, this year. That's
I
insane.
haven't even realized that.
That's insane. So they were polishing the game. They were legit
Yeah.
polishing the game, and that brings us back to our point
You
that they
see,
shouldn't rush the game.
the Lego is amazing. Lego knows what they're doing.
And they're having DLC characters, which kind of sucks. It looks so open world, like legit. It feels like you're gonna take a long time playing this game, because not only are you playing through the new trilogy, you're also playing through all the old ones. So like the prequels, the original. Um, so I'm super excited for this. Uh,
Yeah. It's the
um,
only open world game I would be able to grind on.
and I don't know if multiplayer is available. If it is, that would be dope.
That that would
I
be
don't know. I
dope.
was gonna say you should play with me, but you don't have a PC.
Yeah, I
That's
only
super
have
unlucky.
a PlayStation.
Imagine, couldn't be me. Anyways,
Yeah, I can't go on about games. The main thing I could talk about are like shows or movies, but is there a game you want to talk about?
no, not really. I mean, we already talked about everything. Oh, there's this new game coming out. I don't know if you want to talk about it or if you want to save it for a later podcast. It's a game that we used to play as kids.
Oh,
Yeah, and we haven't talked about it at all.
yeah, for sure.
Obviously, I'm being sarcastic. We have talked about it. That was gonna be our episode. We're gonna have this whole episode.
I
But
mean, we could save it. We could save it
for
for
another
when he's
one.
back
Yeah, when he's
again.
back again. Yeah, I'm down. I'm down. I'm down.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's enough for the first episode, right?
Yeah, I think so. I wish we had recorded that Batman episode though.
Yeah. Quick
'Cause
thoughts
we
on
touched
our
on.
Batman reviews. Do you wanna say that? Quick thoughts before we end it.
Um. Okay. Yeah, I think I could come up with some quick thoughts. All
Mm-hmm.
right. So Batman, the Batman, literally the Batman. That's the title of it for some reason. Uh, Robert Pattinson, or I don't know how to pronounce his last name. He played a great Batman.
Mm-hmm.
Like, like it was good. It was great.
Mm-hmm.
And I wish there was more Alfred.
Mm-hmm.
Catwoman, obviously amazing, like
Mm-hmm.
show-stopping, like wow.
Mm-hmm. I think a lot of people. Uh huh.
And and the Riddler was creepy, amazing, wow.
Psychopathic. Uh huh.
Exactly. Hit all the great points of a villain in
Mm-hmm.
Arkham Asylum. Had an Arkham Asylum type vibe like in the video game. It felt like Gotham City. It did not
Which
feel like any
I
other
I do
city.
I do, I do want to talk about that a little bit, dude.
Yeah.
Holy moly! I just realized
It,
how much it looked and felt like Gotham City.
like Gotham
It
City.
legit
Oh, it was
like
so
the
good.
Christopher Nolan movies. Like if you look back at them, terrible Gotham, great movies, terrible Gotham, terrible
Yeah.
Gotham. Legit, like it felt like Chicago. Like that. Christopher Nolan is probably one of my favorite directors from this generation. But yeah, that man literally did not care about Gotham. He legit was like, yeah, Chicago's
Yeah.
Gotham. But no, it legit felt really, really,
It felt
really
like
nice.
Gotham.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
It was
And the storytelling, the plot, I think it was good.
Batman
Can't
loses.
say for the yeah, Batman loses. Holy
Batman loses,
crap.
but he
Like
wins in the long term.
he wins in the
He
long term
he
because like he
got
was
the
able
hearts of the
to
people. He gave people hope, and not only that, he
give
actually
people
learned.
hope.
He learned himself.
Because it was his first few, it was his 2 years. It was 2 years of him
Yeah,
being
exactly,
Batman, and
exactly.
he is still learning the ropes. And you saw the Batmobile that hasn't been made perfect yet, but it was there. It was in progress. It was already in his thoughts.
Hmm.
Like, holy crap.
And actually, I don't know if you knew about this, but we do see the Riddler very early on in the movie.
We do?
Yeah, because remember, his apartment was literally outside the club, the Iceberg Lounge. It
Yeah.
wasn't really the Iceberg Lounge, it was called something else, but the Iceberg Lounge is in that club. But yeah, it
Yeah.
was literally outside. We see it when we first see, I think, Catwoman when she's doing her mission there. Um, so yeah, it's yeah, it was either that or some earlier time. I forgot, but we see him really early on. He's literally peeking out the window, which is crazy. That much attention to detail from Matt Reeves is insane. Um,
Yeah. Yeah. So overall, great movie. Give it a solid 9 out of 10 because I wish there was more Alfred, but
hmm
overall,
yeah,
great movie.
I think what score did I give it last time? Do you remember? I think I gave it an 8.5 or 9.
I don't know, one of those.
I will give it an 8.7. I mean 8.7. 8.7 8.75 is what I'm trying to say, and I don't know why I couldn't say it. But yeah, it was very good.
Yeah.
Did feel like did stretch on for a little bit too long.
It
Uh,
it did. There wasn't much
especially the ending.
action, but
Especially at the end. I mean, that's mainly my fault, but that's why it's my review. Um, but other than that, I mean, I've seen a lot of people say that this movie's the worst, uh, or not the worst, but it's bad for a Batman movie, or like just bad in general that they didn't like it, which honestly got me triggered. But
I don't know how they can't
yeah,
like it.
they're
It's
like,
so good in a storytelling standpoint, in my opinion.
it's
I'm not
so
an
good.
expert though, but like it's so good in that aspect.
No, like I think the more you learn about this movie, the more you dig deeper, you the more you learn to love it. And I feel like a lot of people don't really understand that. Like a lot of people don't want to watch a movie 7 times, right? To get a movie.
Yeah.
They just want to watch it, be done with it. But I feel like for us personally, well, I don't know about you, but for me, I like to understand the movie afterwards. I like to dissect the movie. I don't really do it myself. I just watch other people do it, but I love that. I love like understanding stuff deeper.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
so yeah, I think that's what it's where it's from really. So, um, yeah. All right, I think that's it. I think that's a good way to end it. Unless
Yeah.
you want to
So
add some things.
our quick thoughts.
Yeah. So that's basically what our podcast is about. We talk about anything we want, which like
Mainly media though.
yeah, that's what I meant to say. It's like mainly media, anything that we find like very interesting. So like video games, movies, anything geeky, really. That's what I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say geeky because we're a bunch of nerds. Um, we're a bunch of non-professional nerds. I don't know if
Oh
you
no.
remember. Yeah, we were gonna make a podcast called the Non-Professional Nerds, but we
Yeah,
evolved. Uh,
we have evolved.
whether it's
We've
for the
decided to
better or for the worse, we don't know.
yeah, because we haven't
I'm
pursued that alley.
I'm Spacer. This has been the SpacePod podcast. Thank you so much, Exotic Owl. I don't know if you want
Yeah.
to say some parting words or uh,
Um,
shout yourself out?
I'm gonna shout myself out because why not?
Mm-hmm.
You can follow me at the Exotic Owl on all platforms except for Facebook, because who has that?
Mm-hmm. And you can find me on twitch.tv/iSpaceRI or twitter.com/iSpaceRI. Because someone took my fucking name. Give it back. But yeah, all right. Peace out,
Peace.
guys.